Hi there and welcome to this video. I hope you have seen the previous two videos related to the Tower of Hanoi problem. Okay. In the last video, we discussed that how these three steps, how the algorithm of Tower of Hanoi have been developed. Okay. So in this video, we'll be implementing this algorithm with the help of a program. Or we'll be watching how those recursive calls would be made with the help of a program using this algorithm. Okay, but before shifting on to the program, we would like to make a code snippet from this algorithm. Okay, so this is the code snippet that I'm going to make from this algorithm. The very first call is that I need to pass all the n number of disks and 3 rods or 3 towers with us. Okay. So here we have defined a submodule, that is TOH, that stands for Tower of Hanoi. Okay. Inside that we are passing n number of disks and we are having A, B, C as the 3 towers. Okay. Now, how many times we are supposed to, till which time we are supposed to move a disk from one tower to another? Till there are number of disks. Till there is a disk present on one tower. Okay. So that means we are supposed to move a disk only if the disk is present. Okay. So if the number of disk is greater than 0, if it is equals to 0, we are not supposed to do anything, right? If we do have a disk, only then we can make a transfer. Okay. Now just compare these steps with these 3 steps that we have written programmatically. Okay. The very first step was move n-1 from A to B using C. Okay. Now here what we were doing, A, B, C, here A is the source tower, C is the target tower and B is the intermediate tower. Okay. So whatever tower is acting as the intermediate, we are supposed to write down that as the middle argument between the source and target. Okay. Here I am saying move n-1 disk from A to B using C. Now this is a recursive procedure, which means I need to make a call to the function again. So here I am making a call to the function, that is TOH. Inside that I am passing the parameter number of disk n-1. Then from A to B. Now A is your source, B is your target and C is the auxiliary. So I am going to write C in the middle of A and B. Okay. Then move a disk from A to C. Now here we are not making any recursive call. So simply I have written print A comma C. Okay. The third step is move n-1 disk from B to C using A. Now here B is the source, C is the target, A is the intermediate. Okay. So this is what we are writing, TOH, that is Tower of Hanoi. We are passing n-1 disk. Okay. From B to C using A. Okay. Now let's just have a look how this recursive calls are being made. Okay. Let's just have a look at that. So this is the code snippet that I have written. Now we are going to make a trace of these disks. Now I have written n disk. So here I am taking n as 3 number of disks. Okay, the concept would remain same whether you will take 4, whether you will take 10 number of disks. So here we don't want to make it more complex. So that is why I have taken the example of 3 number of disks. Okay, because in case of 2 number of disks, we are not going to make a recursive call. So that is why we can't consider that case. Okay, from 3 number of disks, we are going to make a recursive call. So that is why I'm going to trace that. Okay. So the very first call was number of disks, that is 3, and number of rods, that would A, B, C. So every time your Tower of Hanoi is going to take 4 parameters. The very first would be the number of disks and the remaining would be the towers. Okay. Why I have written A, B, C? Why I am not taking that as a fixed parameter? Because every time your auxiliary tower is changing. See, here first of all, auxiliary tower was B tower. Now in this parameter, it is C tower, that is acting as an auxiliary tower. In this call, A is acting as an auxiliary tower. So I am not saying that it is a fixed rule that every time B is an auxiliary tower. No. Okay. So that is why we will pass the the tar, which is the source, which is the target, and which is the auxiliary. Every time we'll make a call. Okay. So the very first thing is, when I'll make a call to this function, first of all we need to check whether the number of disk is greater than 0 or not. Here the number of disk is 3, which is greater than 0, so we'll make a call. Now what recursion says? Recursion says make a function is calling itself. So here I am making a call to TOH again. Okay. Once I need to finish this call, only then I can proceed with the remaining steps. Okay. So here I am not going to write down these remaining steps, but so that I don't forget these steps, I have written these pointers. Okay. We are not coming on to these pointers. Firstly, we'll finish this call and then we'll come to these pointers. But just in order to not to forget them, we have just written these arrows. Okay. So now the second time what call I am making at this step, that is n-1, which is 2. Okay. And instead of ABC, what parameter I am supposed to pass? I'll pass ACB. So I have written the same thing, that is ACB. Okay. Again, I am making a call to this one. Okay. Again TOH, that is a fresh start. You need to forget about this. Okay. Right now. So this is the fresh start. So here also again you need to check whether n is greater than 0. Now what is n? Number of disks, that is 2, that is greater than 0. Yes. So we will get into this if block. Okay. Now here again we'll make a call, that is n-1. What is n? What is n here? That was 2. So n-1 would be 1. Okay. Now treat them as A, B, C. Okay. Treat them as A, B, C. If I was passing A, B, C, so what I was passing here, that is A, C, B. So B and C were interchanging. Okay. So I'll do the same thing. I'll write A as it is, and here C and B would be interchanged. You need not to get confused at any point of time. Just compare. Here A, B, C. Okay. Here I have just written C and B in the interchanged order. So I am doing the same thing again. Treat this as B, treat this as C. So in the next call, I'll be interchanging. B will come in place of C, C will come in place of B. So I have written the same thing, right? A, B, C. Now again I'll make a call. So here again 3 steps would be done. But since we are going to make a recursive call, so we are not supposed to write down those, right? So TOH n-1. What is the value of n? That is 1. Now 1 minus 1. What call I am making? 0. So when I make a call for 0, this block would be executable only if the value of n is greater than 0. Here n is 0. So that means no call. Leave this. Okay. The next step is print A comma C. Now you need to look at this call. What is the value of A? To print A and C. Okay, you need to look at the fact that what is the value of A and C currently. A is A only, C is C only. So we have written A comma C. Then again we are making a recursive call, that is n-1. Again what would be the value of n-1? That would be 0. But we are not supposed to execute this if the value is 0. So there is no call. Okay. Now let's backtrack the things. Okay. Once we have done this very first step, so we are supposed to write down these steps. Okay. Now print A comma C. Now don't get confused. Here what is the value of C in this call? In this call C is actually B. The parameters were A, B, C, right? So A is mapped to A, B is mapped to C, and C is mapped to B. So if I am writing A comma C, so I am actually meant to write A and B. Okay. So the next call was n-1 BAC. Okay, do write the same thing. That is n-1, 2 minus 1 is 1. Then BAC. What is the value of B here? That is C. So I'll write C, then A, and then B. What was the B here? What was C here? That was B. So I have written B. Again, when you will try to execute this step, that is n-1 recursive call, you are going to get nothing because n-1 will give me 0. I can't make an implementation for 0. Okay. The next thing would be A comma C. Now what is the value of A here? What is the value of A in this call? That is C. And what is the value of C in this call? That is B. So I am supposed to print C and B here. Okay. Again, if you try to execute this call, it won't get executed because 1 minus 1 will give me 0. Okay. So now let's again backtrack. Okay. So that is why I have written these arrows, so we don't forget any of the step. Okay. When we backtrack to this step, we are supposed to write A comma C. So here we'll write A comma C as it is. Okay. Again, we are going to make a call, that is 2. Okay. 3 minus 1 will give me 2. Then BAC. This call, this third step call. This is third step call. Okay. So similarly, we are going to again execute all the 3 cases. Okay. In a different pattern. Now what I'm going to do, right now we have not written anywhere that which disk is getting transferred to which tar. Okay, right now we did not, we haven't mentioned those things. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write down all these final steps somewhere. Okay, so this is the last call of each and every recursive process. Okay, so now let's just understand how that transfers were taking place, okay, in a program. So I have taken the example. So these are my 3 tars, that is A, B and C. Okay, so now we have taken the 3 disks, and in order to avoid the confusion, I have written the disk number with each disk, that is disk number 1, 2 and 3. And they have put in the hierarchy, that is first disk number 1 is put as the very first disk, disk number 2, and then disk number 3 is the last disk. Okay, so first of all, the very first call says move a disk from A to C. So that means I'll move disk number 3 from A to C. Okay, so disk number 3 will come here. Okay, understand one thing, that A is your source disk, A is your source tar, C is your target tar, and B is the auxiliary tar. Okay, the final outcome would be like this. Okay, in between, maybe sometimes A is acting as an auxiliary tar, sometimes C is acting as an auxiliary tar, but at the end, what we are going to do, we are going to transfer all the disks from tar A to tar C. Okay, so this one is the very first step. Then we are going to make a transfer from A to B. So that means disk number 2 would be moved from A to B. Then C to B, the third call is C to B. So what we are doing, we are going to transfer disk number 3 from C to B tar. Okay, so this is the transfer. The fourth call was A to C. So I am transferring disk number 1 to C. Then B to A. So I am transferring disk number 3 to A. B to C. So I am transferring disk number 2 from B to C. A to C. So finally we are transferring disk number 3 from A to C. So see, this is how recursively we were making the transfers. Okay, using the program, which is actually very easy. I don't know what kind of phobia is related to that tar of Hanoi problem, but it is actually very simple if you understand it properly. Okay, but still, if you find any kind of difficulty, any kind of query, any kind of question you would like to ask, feel free to drop your question or your feedback in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, and stay tuned, because in the next video I'll be implementing this algorithm in Python programming language. Thank you. Bye bye.